Good evening and welcome again to Hit the Bar, the Shrimps fans panel. Plenty to talk about this week. I think we'll start off, if we can, with the Swansea game. I know three of us here went down. We've got tonight we've got Paul returning, we've got James, who's been on a few weeks ago, and a newcomer, Alan. So welcome to all you three. Swansea. As the game went, we didn't have many chances, did we? We didn't trouble them much, but I had a good weekend. I don't know about you, Alan. Did you enjoy your time down there?
We certainly did. We went down for the weekend. A lot of people I saw were travelling 5.5 hours down, tea time kick-off, 5.5 hours back. No, it had to be an overnighter. Certainly enjoyed Swansea. Swansea treated us well. I think we treated them well. And the main thing that's come out of it is how well behaved and how well supported Morecambe Football Club are.
Yeah. And they were well supported on the day. I mean, you can imagine they've got, half or a third of the crowd that they normally have. So, the regular singers and chanters maybe not there, but our fans, James, made an absolute hell of a noise from start to finish, didn't they?
Absolutely. And when leaving the ground, bumped into a Swansea fan who said that we were some of the best fans he's ever seen at the Liberty Stadium. So that's obviously a real compliment for us. And while there's nearly 500 of us there, which is brilliant for the trip that it is, and it was a great weekend.
Yeah.
And like Alan, I made a weekend out of it as well. Had a bit of an encounter with some sheep on the way.
So we don't want to know about that.
On the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a nice city. We stayed near the seafront, the marina area. That was really nice. There was some nice buildings and pubs and stuff like that in the centre. Did you get a good reception? I know you were with a group of lads, Alan. Did you get a good reception when you went in the pubs and all that?
There was no problems. We arrived just after lunchtime, checked into a place near the railway station, into town. There was banter going on, but it was good banter.
Yeah.
There was no problem. Swansea knew we were bringing a few down. They expected to win, the people we spoke to, and even going to the ground, talking to the taxi driver on the way up, even told us which little bars to go in, which social club to come in afterwards, where to park the van, everything else.
Yeah.
Really good it was.
Hospitable, yeah. Well, the hotel that we stayed in, the players actually arrived at tea time the night before when we were there. So we got a picture of my wife sitting in team coach. The driver was just having a break. So yeah, it was quite good to see them all come in. But when you saw the lineup, James, did you think that we could give it a real go, or were you a bit worried once you saw the team sheet?
Well, there was a very nice chippy across the road from the ground, and me and a couple of mates were outside when the teams came through. We were really shocked to see the lineup. We were thinking, I think our first reaction was, what's going on here? What formation is this going to be? Why is Bloxham on the bench? Why is Mayer on the bench? Why are a lot of our best players not starting? Obviously there's explanations for that. There's sickness in the squad. But the game plan seemed to work. Played with the back five. And we defended really well in the first half. Adam Smith made a cracking save. Credit to him for that. Later on, obviously, in the second half, they took two chances. We didn't have very many chances in the game, but I thought we gave a good account of ourselves.
Yeah. And I'll come to you in a minute, Paul, but I'm just going to concentrate on the game for a moment. I know you weren't there, but Alan, when you saw the lineup, did it start ringing alarm bells at all? We've heard about sicknesses and stuff like this, but none of the loanees who, to be fair, have been among our better players this season, none of them starting on the day. Did that send little warning bells?
You look at it, and our normal front six, there was one in. So 5 of our front six missing. You go in defensive, you looked at it and you're thinking, Thelkel, where's he coming in? Defender, playing left wing? No, he's going to play a back five. A back five, 2 or 3 sitting in front, try and play 2 up front. You're away from home at a championship side, yes. You're not going to do the old-fashioned Ozzy Ardiles of playing seven wingers and 2 centre forwards and somebody at the back. No, but it was ultra defensive. But then you realise maybe why, and was it? Yes, was the sickness? You say there was, yes. Was it injuries? Yes, there was injuries. was it the loanees that were going out that unfortunately we've lost this week? So yes, it highlighted exactly the depth of, the strength in depth that we haven't got at Morecambe. And the people who came in, yes, they ran the legs off and they played very, very well. First goal could well have been offside. They're all sort of claiming it. Again, a ball to the far post and we lose out on the back post. They knock it in, and that 2 minutes into the second half, that killed everything.
Pretty much it, wasn't it?
And after that, but we had nothing going forward, unfortunately. We tried the last 10, 15 minutes, brought on the players who you're thinking needed to start from the beginning. We missed JJ again in the middle, nothing in there. Eli on the bench, not playing.
It was always a big ask, wasn't it?
It was going to be a big ask with our best side from 3 weeks ago that did Donny away 5-0 and then came back at home and got results at home. But it was just disappointing to go all that way for 450 fans, 500, whatever we took, and then to see that side come out. I think there needs to be the explanation, and there has been. And it's just maybe, as to why they were missing that was disappointing on the day.
I think, Paul, they'll bring you in, a manager looking at putting a team out there where he knows 3 or 4 of them are going to be going either the day after that. And we've seen that has transpired this week. We've lost Michael Mellon, we've lost Eli King, we lost Bloxham, we'd already lost Connolly and Ethan Walker. So Connolly, Ethan Walker aside, those 4 players have been amongst our best players.
Yeah.
I mean, were you really disappointed that we went out of the FA Cup there, or do you just see it as it was going to happen anyway?
I heard it on the radio, and I said to Pat, I said, Morecambe's an absolutely proud that.
Yeah.
I weren't down.
Could you hear the fans on the radio when they were going to the stage?
But you could hear the fans with Quinn, and first goal Quinn and Derek Quinn would say it's offside. And then he said it's offside to and I said to Pat, I said that to him, going out of the FA Cup.
But did that bother you a lot,
No, because we weren't going to win the FA Cup, and we can now concentrate on the league and get them new players in that gone. Like Mellon, goal scorer. We need to bring a goal scorer. But I weren't bothered. Then I put the interview with Jed Brennan on after the game. He weren't down.
No, he was proud, wasn't he?
He was just
efforts
proud
to that stage. And that.
But I'm proud that I'm support Morecambe. And I bet the people on the ball, people on the forum, but I'm proud to be a Morecambe supporter.
And as it's transpired this week, we have lost those players now. Are we in a position, you think, James, that we can attract new players of a decent quality?
Yes. I mean, maybe it's slightly different with the change of management. I mean, we have attracted some very good loanees this season and last season, and whether or not the change of manager has affected the quality of loanees that we may be able to attract, I don't know. But it has been something that has been going through my mind this week. I still think we'll be able to attract a good quality of loanees. I've heard some good things about the new keeper, Archie Mayer. Got a few contacts at Gateshead where he was at earlier on in the season. A brilliant keeper, good with his feet apparently. So I look forward to seeing him in action. Obviously that finally gives Adam Smith some competition.
A bit competition, and then he did play well on Saturday, and he's had quite a few games recently. All right, albeit he had a bad mistake in the Notts County game, but he's made some pretty good saves other than that recently.
Yeah, I mean he did well at Bradford, particularly, but I mean I think that save that he made against Swansea in the first half on Saturday was probably the best save I'd ever seen him make.
It was quality, wasn't it? And Alan, we saw a glimpse of Gwion Edwards at Swansea. Too early to judge yet, but he looks as if he's got a bit about him.
Yeah, he's obviously got age. He's maybe not on his side at 30, but his experience. He knows He's played at a higher level. He knows what's going on. I'm sure he can bring on some of the younger players. And I think that's where Morecambe are going to have to go with the younger players. The management team that's been brought in, okay, we lost Greg. We're going to have to bring in young players. And if the management team now know of these young players, that's who's going to be brought in. It's no good saying, right, okay, we need 3 or 4, 30, 35-year-olds to stabilise the side. No. Let's play open, attractive football. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
But losing Mellon, 15 goals already this season, who's the next top scorer after that? It's JJ who's out injured. Yeah. And then you've got Bloxham who's gone as well. And after that, it's anybody with 2 goals. Yeah. Yeah. So we do need something up front. Yeah. Whether Slew can step up and be that person, I don't know. He blows hot and cold for me. It can be brilliant, and then you just don't know where he goes.
Sometimes, yeah, but he tries hard, doesn't he? And
I'm not saying he doesn't try.
He gives 100% all the time. He has had 3 or 4 really, really good games this season that have surprised me. The skills that he's shown and holding the ball up and playing others in. But I get what you say. We
need a goal scorer. We need 1 or 2 people in who hopefully are going to get some goals, nick some goals for us. Because if you look at our, sort of the next few fixtures, 3 out of the next 4 at home, but we need some points now. We need some points on the board. At one time, everyone was saying, "Oh, we're up there, and we've got 2 games in hand." Yeah. I'm sorry, if you look at going onwards, February 6 games, 2 at home, 4 away. Yeah. So January 3 at home of the next 4. We need some points out of them.
And the away games look tough as well, don't they? I mean, we've done well away. But if you look at the teams that were beaten away in the league, they're the bottom teams, and we have beaten them and we've beaten them well, But we're now in a position where we're going to be faced with tougher opposition away from home, aren't we, James?
Yeah, and even then, a lot of the teams that we beat away from home earlier in the season are starting to pick up now. Doncaster seem to have started getting some results. Colchester have just brought in Danny Cowley, or the Cowley brothers as the new managers, so I expect a resurgence from them. So we've just got to pick up as many points as we can. Like you say, some tough games coming up. MK Dons the next away game, and MK Dons are a good side, and so it's going to be a tough run in. Obviously, we've then got Crewe coming up at home after Mansfield, of course, who have done really well so far this season. So we've got some tough games coming up, and we're going to have to be at our best. The other thing is, with the new players coming in, especially if they're young, they're going to have to settle in, and we may not see results straight away.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to the Mansfield game, Paul?
I am, because I think, not like what you were saying last night, I think that we could get beat by Mansfield, because I think if Mansfield win on Saturday, they go top. Yeah. So it's going to be, like James was saying, Mansfield, the country managed by Cloughie, and I think, to be honest, a draw wouldn't go amiss, but like Alan was saying, we need 3 points.
Yeah.
We need 3 points.
I suppose the thing about Morecambe and Lowneys this season that might attract clubs to trust us with their better players is the fact that they have been played regularly. You go, Lowneys go to some other clubs and they sit on the bench most of the time. We brought them in to play them, and that'll be a selling point for us, won't it, Alan, going forward?
Yeah, certainly. Look at the team. Often in years gone by, you've changed the team week in, week out, week in, week out. The Morecambe team's been settled, and the Lowneys have basically been there all the time. Yeah. Is that Connolly at the back? Yeah, there's basically 2 from 3, and so he's played 2/3 of the games. You see that sitting in. Eli King's always been in the midfield. Bloxham, he's had the most appearances. Okay, quite a few from the bench because he does. Again, another one that can be absolutely fantastic and then just go off the boil a bit. And you leave him on the bench a couple of games and he's back in. But I just feel, again, we do need some young players back in, but we need a goal scorer from somewhere. Because if we don't get it, we lose an early goal or we lose a goal like we did on Saturday, first few minutes of the second half, who's going to get that goal?
Yeah.
You know, you can't lose a 15 goal striker at half time like we have done halfway through the season and not get someone in to fill the boots, you know.
No, we do need to do that, don't we, James? I mean, do you see? I mean, Edwards hasn't got a massively impressive goal scoring record, but I think he's mainly been played out wide. Might that be an option, do you think?
Potentially. I mean, it seems as though he's willing to play in a number of positions, judging by what he said when he first signed. You know, it seems like he can play wing back, he can play on either side, maybe down the middle. But it seems like what he will bring to the side is pace, which is the way that Jed likes to play with like a high tempo, high press, counter attacking, etc. So I look forward to seeing him in action. But I agree with Alan. We do need a goal scorer. Where we can get one from, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to look at someone that's been on loan at a National League club and has been doing well there, and maybe poach from like we've done with Action there.
Which is like other teams are doing to us at the moment, aren't they? You know, they're recalling them to the parent clubs and then going out. Probably we think to League One or maybe to, you know, Scottish Prem or something like that. So yeah, that's where we should be looking at. And we've brought Dave in, who's going to help Jed. He's coming from Accrington. He'll have contacts, won't he, Paul? You know, he'll know that.
He'll have contract like. I think that it makes you wonder when if Jed brought the assistant manager in, I'm beginning to wonder. I don't know what the board would think. Do you think McMahon will be coming back?
I hope so.
I hope so, if he's well enough. If he's well enough, and we wish him well.
Yeah,
Anyway, we'll look forward to that. Hopefully there'll be a bit of news in the next couple of days about incoming, but we'll talk about all that next time. Meanwhile, thanks for joining us, and we look forward to speaking to you again next week.